Day 2 at Rally Finland, and Friday's New Look morning loop had a sting in the tail for John Armstrong and Esa-Pekka Lappi.
Oh! So he just clipped the rear right there.
So there is some damage in the rear right as well, I think.
Shane's going to have to...
early in the stage.
It's high speed, Bex, isn't it? There, it's gone. That started quite early on, Bex. And that's going nowhere. It's still on the roof, obviously. So it's landed upside down.
As you can see, and as we've informed you, the crew are okay. It's just awkward to be able to get out.
Armstrong and Lappi weren't the only drivers caught out. Championship leader Elfyn Evans narrowly avoided disaster, while Thierry Neuville's overly optimistic pace notes sent the Belgian off the road in stage 5. Neuville and co-driver Martin Vediger managed to nurse their i20N back to service. But Hyundai's hopes of a strong result now rested solely with Adrien Fourmeau and Alex Correa. The French crew had led overnight, but by midday service, Seb Ogier and Julien Ingrassia had reclaimed the top spot with a dominant performance, opening up a 5.3 second advantage. Their partnership, reunited for the first time since 2021, was immediately back in sync. Only Sami Päivärinta could better Ogier's pace during the first pass, setting the fastest time on stage 3 and admitting there wasn't much more speed to find.
That's all I can do, so I really tried to make a good stage, and yeah, it was good. So I hope it's enough, because I don't got much more. So, but yeah, it's still early on the rally, but we really need to be on it. So I hope it's enough.
A charging run in stage 6 was enough for Päivärinta to snatch second place away from Fourmeau, and the Hyundai drivers' afternoon was about to become even more complicated, as threatening skies finally unleashed heavy rain during stage 7.
Well, it's not looking too pleasant, is it?
Oh, wow.
Heavy rain now. Wipers full on for Elfyn Evans.
Road sweeper Elfyn Evans benefited from running before the worst of the downpour to set the fastest time. But the same couldn't be said for teammate Oliver Solberg.
This is what we could see coming through from the roof vent. He's just getting absolutely soaked. You combine that with the heat of the bodies, everything just heats up and you get a misted windscreen.
The worsening conditions turned stage 7 into one of the day's defining moments. Fourmeau was the biggest loser, tumbling from 3rd to 7th overall. Evans climbed to 3rd, while M Sport Ford's Martin Sesks moved up to 6th. Setup issues had left Takamoto Katsuta as low as 9th during the morning loop, but favourable timing in the second pass of Sarikos lifted the Japanese driver to 4th. But any hopes of challenging for a podium this weekend were dampened by a misting windscreen on the following test. Katsura's losses allow Solberg back into 4th, and Sesks into the top 5. With the weather resembling a Welsh winter rather than a Scandinavian summer, Evans and co-driver Scott Martin flipped the handicap of road sweeping into an unlikely advantage. The weather conditions offered more grip at the front, allowing the championship leaders to climb to 2nd overnight and secure a better road position for Saturday's likely drier conditions.
I'm glad we managed to survive that, because of course we had it better on the second stage of the loop, but then probably had the worst of it on the next, so that wasn't easy, so happy to get through it.
But amid the drama, the rain and the constantly evolving leaderboard, one crew remained in control.
On board with our rally leader, Sebastian Ogier. Back with Julien Ingrassia this weekend.
Some history in that voice.
Oh, absolutely. But he will lead the rally going into Saturday stages. It's been a good day for Sebastian Ogier and Julien Ingrassia and Toyota.
Well, I know it's been a very good day, so yeah, very tricky this afternoon. Not so enjoyable, I guess, for anybody, but it's good that we managed to come out of that.
At the end of Friday, Ogier leads by 16.3 seconds. Evans is 2nd overnight, with Päivärinta 26.7 seconds off the lead in 3rd. Solberg is 4th, Sesks 5th. So let's head back to the service park to make sense of the day's drama.
This service park will pack out shortly. Everybody will be falling back from Harju now to see their favourite drivers and cars back in service. That's what's happening. Media zone between Harju's just there, media zone's there. This is the service. It will become a hub of activity in the next half an hour or so. Okay, well, where did it all begin? It feels like about 3 days ago that it all began. Just saying hello to Martin Sess there. 3 days ago it feels like it began, but actually it was just a matter of hours ago this morning that the first of our drama fell, and that was with John Armstrong. Drama struck him. Rally Finland, he fell victim to. He's been here once before, but 10 years ago, this is what happened, Ivan.
I mean, it's a typical Finland mistake. I mean, he went a little bit wide and was kicked back on the road, and the nose tipped down in the ditch, and then he was stuck with all 4 wheels, I believe, in the air, so he couldn't get back on the road. It took quite a while, actually, and myself and Jules tried to reach him, but in the end of the day, we had to go back because there was another one also went off the road. So.
Yeah.
But it's a pity. He was doing really well. His pace in the morning was good, so yeah. But like you can see, stuck there.
Yeah, now John talked us through that, and of course, huge disappointment for him. He sort of said perhaps it was a little bit over-optimistic in the situation that he was pushing into, and of course, massive disappointment. The Finnish spectators are normally the ones that can get anybody out of any situation, but that wasn't to be. His story, his movie, written just there, and in the process, got absolutely covered in mud.
Yeah, and I mean, he was really stuck on the floor there because you could see the amount of fans trying to help him back, but it's those cars are quite heavy, and when it's stuck with the nose as well, the splitter on the front bumper was like digging into the ditch, so it was like a combination. The front was stuck in the ditch and it was on the flooring as well, so all 4 wheels was in the air.
I have to apologise, actually, I've still got my wet setup on, if you are wondering, because of my booties.
I have been in the forest all day, white shoes still, white shoes.
I know, that shows he's not been up to much if his shoes are completely white. All right, well, then where do we go? Who was next? It was Esa-Pekka Lappi. Unbelievable, because he'd found something that he didn't have in Estonia. Ivan, this is it.
I mean, it just went a little bit wide in the right-hander, and he had to turn in too early in the next one because he just went too wide, and then he clipped a little stone on the inside and rolled. The first moment he said also that he believed he got away with it because he was like going in the ditch, but then he hit some stones and then he flipped over and rolled twice. And from the outside, it's actually looking like a pretty soft roll, but still it's the roll cage is bent, and you can see here the car is. From this side is actually not too bad, but on the other side it was worse.
Yeah,
so
all right.
The wheel was ripped off as well, so yeah.
Well, we have just reached the Hyundai point, actually, and the car had come back here. But if we want some evidence that Julian and Ivan were actually in the forest, I suppose this is it. They got to the site very early on. In fact, first reporters there, and this is what they discovered. So let's just remind ourselves of all of that once again.
So we're here in stage 4 at the scene of where Esa-Pekka Lappi and Eni Malkonen crashed 800 metres in to the stage very, very early on. Lappi was going really, really well. Unfortunately, the car's a bit further down, but massively fortunate. I've got Ivan Brynhilsen with me, who is going to try and talk us through and piece together from a conversation he had with EP of what happened. So, Ivan, give us a little bit of an insight.
First of all, before this stage, we had a little chat with EP, and he said he struggled with the turn-in. So he was changing a little bit the setup to make the car a little bit more sharp. But I think he turned in a little bit too early, because behind us here you can see it's a long straight coming into this left-hander. I think he turned in a little bit too early. You can see his mark on the inside here is cutting, finding a stone on the inside, another stone, and then he was way too early when the corner was tightening just behind us, just in front of us. And then, yeah, the rest is story. You can see the marks into the forest there as well.
So if we just wander down a little bit, it's a relatively wide road. You've got a bit of room to play with. Now, EP said once he went wide, the side skirt on any side dug in to like the edge of the road. I can just see a load of like earth here now.
And you can see all the loose gravel as well when he was out of line. And he lost the rear completely and touched a few of the trees, ended upside down, and I think he rolled at least twice.
Strangely, when we get down to the car, you know, he's gone across a few things. Fortunately, nothing massively solid, but enough. He has told us that he's game over. The roll cage is damaged. We will kind of potentially see that. Obviously, we don't know how long we've got to do this piece, but he's now starting to or they are now starting to disappear. These big rocks here are not good, and when
I think he realized there that this is over, because most of the times you think it's possible. You keep on going, and when you see the trees and all the stones, you can see. Then I think he realized it's over.
So we're now, as you say, rolling. It's strange because he said it was a soft roll. I mean, to me, when I look at the car, that's a bit more than a soft roll. But anyway, so we're coming through. Now, the car has been moved back from the edge because it was kind of resting quite high up on a bank. And it is in here now. So, yeah, it didn't finish there. It kind of finished in the middle.
In a ditch
in the
somewhere.
ditch here, quite high up as well. So.
And he actually touched some stones there as well, just before he landed on the roof, actually. And it took a while before they went out, because you're waiting for spectators to push you back, try to go again. So it took a while before they went out.
Yeah, first gear, let's go. I don't know whether we got quickly time to go into that. I'm not sure. I don't know how long we were told to do this for, but let's just take a little walk. Obviously, they've moved it here.
We don't ask anybody. We just do it, Jules.
We just do it. OK, we're now in. We've got to worry about our cameraman coming in with us and not tripping over. So EP did say to us it's game over, which is massively unfortunate. A wheel off, that's a big thing. But the roll cage damage there just inside the window, that'll be what it is, isn't it, Ivan, that stopped this car now going any further?
When you walk out and you see the roll cage is bent and broken like this, you know it's game over. You try to just check all the roll cages just after you crash. But when the roll cage is broken, it's really game over.
It is game over, and it's huge disappointment for EP and Any. I love EP. I love Any as well, but I love them both. And I don't like kind of doing this, but unfortunately it's part of the story, and we want to bring people like what's happened and things like that. They're both okay, which is the most important thing.
I have to say I gave them both a hug, because chasing them down through the forest like we did is never a good feeling, but we had to get here, and seems like they were both in okay mood.
Yeah, it is. So that's us from the side of the road, 800 metres into stage 4, where car number 4, Esa-Pekka Lappi, and Any Malkonen's rally has come to an end.
Sebastian Ogier started off this day, and it was a masterclass from the moment he left service. It has been impressive.
Again. It's again.
It is again.
And again.
It is again and again. But this just seemed... to be honest, I remember at this point last year talking to him, and the smile. When this man makes it works so beautifully. It is enjoyable to watch. Okay, so he had a fantastic morning. There was a little bit of time lost when the rain sort of fell. I'm getting attacked by a wasp now. When the rain fell, but then Seb's just held on to it all day.
And that just shows his character. When it's getting really tough, he sometimes make a step ahead. Yeah. When everybody else is going they're backing off, Seb is taking the decision to try to gain some seconds. And it was maybe a little bit lucky on the first stage with heavy rain as well. The first 4 cars didn't lose too much, but it was the other way around on the next stage.
No, actually, I forgot, because there's so much that's happened. Sebastian Ogier, at one point this afternoon, was on 2 wheels. That moment could have written a very different story. I know he pretty much solved that for himself, but in stage 8, Ivan, this could have gone either way for a second.
Yeah, it was actually a bit bigger moment than we all realized, because you can see his only skies in the windscreen as well. He went a little bit too fast into the corner, even though we said he was flat out on the throttle. He lost the rear, and then he had to avoid the anti-cut as well. So we need to go around the anti-cut, so he couldn't cut in. And then he lost the rear, and he was a few meters going on the flooring as well. So, yeah, when you're good, you always have some good luck as well.
Yeah, or you just manage to make it work. You just know exactly what to do. But yeah, it has all worked out for him today. Has it worked out for Piquet? Well, he spoke to him in the media zone a matter of minutes ago. Let's find out.
Well, Seb, very well done. I guess it became a little bit about survival this afternoon, but really, you'd really done some hard work this morning, put yourself in a wonderful position. But how do you sum up the day as a whole? It's been a bit of a roller coaster.
For sure, the morning started well. I mean, we had a strong rhythm. It was all very close. But the afternoon with the weather, then it was a different story for everybody. For sure, we all tried to go fast, but in the same time to survive the craziness. And yeah, it looks like we managed it quite okay as we increased our lead this afternoon, so that's very positive.
Well, you've been on the other side of some bad luck with weather, haven't you, in recent years? But in those situations, you have to maximise the performance. And clearly, from a couple of moments you saw, you still got to keep the car on the road. It's not easy, is it?
Yeah, I mean, on the second stage, we knew this rain was coming, and basically only Helfin got through with a bit of rain, but still a dry road. So we knew hopefully we can still survive it without losing too much. And we barely see anything the whole stage with this heavy rain. So for sure it was in this moment you have to accept that you know you're going to lose time. But yeah, still we made the best of it. And at the end of the loop, the only thing matters is that we ended it.
Yeah, in 16 seconds. It's a big buffer, actually, isn't it, in Finland, even with 2 days to go. But hopefully, drier conditions expected tomorrow. I think you'll all be looking forward to that, right?
Yeah, I think it's more enjoyable for everybody. Let's see which humidity remains from this heavy rain of today. I expect the other to keep pushing for sure. Helfin will keep pushing, and I hope he need to push. That's important. So let's fight.